history. Which emperor was called the Man of Destiny?
Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte.
That's right, well done.
Bravo, Malcolm, you really are doing well. Isn't he doing well, Terry?
Yeah.
That adds a 5th segment to my cartwheel.
You realise this means he's only one more to get.
I may not be so hot on the questions, Beatty, but I can add up to 6, you know.
Sorry.
Oh, don't mind Terry. He learned how to lose gracefully by watching John McEnroe.
I think I'd like, entertainment.
I wouldn't mind some myself. It's getting very boring.
Oh!
Who had a #1 hit with Timey Kangaroo Down Sport?
Rolf Harris.
It's not your question, Terry.
Sorry.
It's Malcolm's question.
Sorry, Malcolm. I was distracted by a sudden sharp pain in the ankle.
No need to apologise, Terry. The answer, June, is Rolf Harris.
Correct.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I said it was Rolf Harris first.
Yes, I know, but it wasn't your turn.
Well, in that case, you should ask him another question.
Well, why should she? I was going to say Rolf Harris anyway.
All right, then I'll ask it. What is the category?
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Lady Sings the Blues was a film based on the life of which famous black singer?
Billie Holiday.
I'm sorry, the answer is Pope Pius XII.
Pope Pius XII?
I didn't know he was black.
He wasn't. You're looking at the wrong answer. Billie Holiday's correct.
Thank you. My turn again.
When was Billie Holiday ever Pope?
That wasn't the question.
Yeah, but when was he? Shh. Well, I'll ask the vicar. He'll tell me.
Geography. One more segment, I'm home and dry.
Good luck, darling.
Look, let me ask this question.
Well, all right, but make sure you get the right answer to the question.
Right, Malcolm, this is for your last segment. When I ask this question, I want the correct words that are on this card. When you reply, just the correct words, and I won't accept anything else. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the answer is Blackpool. My turn.
Terry,
What?
you cheated.
Well, I explained everything very clearly.
Give that egg cup back to Malcolm.
No, he's had enough turns as it is. Besides, he knows the answers already because it's his game.
It's not a game of memory, Terry. It's all to do with knowledge and intelligence.
Which is why I have a full cartwheel and you're sitting there with an empty one.
You know what you can do with your cartwheel, don't
Terry,
you? You can shove
that's
it
enough.
back in the box. I am not playing anymore, anyway.
You can't drop out now.
There's someone at your door.
It was after 11.
What would anyone want at this hour?
Well, I don't know, but they can have my cartwheel for starters. Come in. Oh, dear. All right. Let me open the door before you come through it.
Oh, Mr. Medford.
Miss Dunwoody, what is it?
Mr. Medford.
What do you want?
A man. A man.
Are you all right, Miss Dunwoody? Terry, what's wrong?
She says she wants a man.
No. I've got one already.
Have you? You're a dark horse, aren't you?
I don't think that's what she meant. Come in and sit down, dear. It's Miss Dunwoody. She's rather upset. Look, come and sit over here.
Thank you.
Tell us what happened.
Well, you see, I was just getting into bed when I heard noises downstairs. The living room door was slightly ajar, so I crept down and put one eye to the crack.
Did you see anything?
Not at first, but then I remembered this eye isn't too good, so I put the other one to the crack, and that was when I saw him.
Whom?
Him, the intruder.
Oh, how awful for you.
He was going through my things.
What a nightmare. Just the thought of a strange man's hand on my things. Ugh. Just too shuddersome.
Then I tiptoed out the back door and came to you for help.
You mean he's still there?
I suppose so.
Then with a bit of chance, we'll catch him red-handed. Are you game, Terry?
For anything except Trivial Pursuit.
Here's the plan. Beatty phones for the police. I'll stay with Miss Dunwoody, and you go round and grapple with them, right?
Okay, yes. No. Hang on a second. Could we discuss this plan of action for a minute?
No, there's not a second to lose, Terry.
Yeah, I know. But why don't I phone for the police and you go and grapple with the intruder?
Now, someone has to stay with Miss Dunwoody.
Yes, but why does it have to be you?
Malcolm's taken a Red Cross course. He knows how to relieve people suffering from stressful situations.
Yeah, well, he can relieve me by swapping places.
All right.
Yeah?
Here's the revised plan.
Good.
Beatty stays with Miss Dunwoody. June goes with you, and I phone for the police.
Right, yes. No. You see, you're still doing the phoning, and I'm still doing the going.
Don't worry, Terry. I've got the poker. You grab a golf club.
What a woman.
And we'll need the torch from the kitchen.
And I hope you're thoroughly ashamed of yourself, you worm.
I don't understand. Why isn't he going with you?
Lots of reasons, Miss Dunwoody.
But surely this is a job for a man.
Yeah, and that's why he's not going. Oh, gosh!
You all right?
Would you mind what you're doing with that poker?
Oh, sorry. Do you think he's still here?
I don't know.
He might be waiting for us.
Well, that's very considerate of him, especially as he didn't know we were coming.
No, I mean he might be lying in wait for us with a knife or something.
A knife?
Yes, or a gun.
A gun?
You better not try anything. We know you're here.
What are you saying that for?
To frighten him off.
Well, that won't do any good.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Well, I don't know, but for a start, we don't know he's here, do we?
Oh, all right, then we don't know you're here.
Oh, that doesn't do any good either.
Why not?
Well, if he's here, and you say we don't know you're here, he knows you know he's here, because you're only saying he's not here because you know he can hear you. I think.
Well, what if he's not here?
Well, if he's not here...
Yes?
Well, if he's not here, it doesn't matter what the hell you say, does it?
Right.
Yeah?
You watch the stairs. We'll count up to 10, and if you've got any sense, you'll drop the swag and do a runner.
Do a what?
There's no caper worth porridge in the slammer.
Porridge in the slammer? Where'd you get all this rubbish?
Juliet, bravo! I want him to think we're a couple of tough
You
cookies.
sound more like a couple of ginger nuts.
Miss Dunwoody said she saw him in the living room.
Right. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
Right.
Look! Will you keep that poker where I can see it?
Sorry, Terry, sorry.
Right, ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Don't anybody move! Ha ha! If anybody's in here, that is. Save! Ah. Oh. Crikey. Look at this lot. Oh. I always thought Miss Dunwoody was unsteady on her pins, but I thought it was due to old age.
That's a bit unfair. She's teetotal.
Teetotal has enough booze here to float a battleship.
Yes, I know. It's her hobby. She makes it to sell for charity. Her elderflower wine is famous locally.
Maison Dunwoody. Oh.
She inherited the recipe from her grandfather.
Who was he? Al Capone?
Shh.
What?
Listen. He's still here.
Keep the poker away from me. Jean, get behind the door.
Behind the door.
Right. Ah, officer. Very pleased to see you.
That's how you look when you're pleased, is it?
I'm Terence Medford, and this is my wife.
Where?
Behind the door.
Hello. Oh, sorry about the poker. We thought Miss Dunwoody had an intruder.
Yes, I'd like to apologise for the golf club as well. I've only just taken the game up again.
We don't approve of the public having a go.
Oh, well, I'll pack up playing then. I wasn't really enjoying it. I kept on losing the balls, you know.
Not the golf, sir. Tackling intruders. If you're concerned about security, you should join your neighbourhood watch scheme.
Oh, we certainly will, sir. Officer. The first opportunity we get.
Everything all right? Oh, we're in here, Miss Dunwoody.
We couldn't keep her away.
She was so worried about her things.
Oh, dear.
What is it?
It's not here. Oh, I hope he didn't find my treasure trove.
What treasure trove?
The box containing my special things. Here it is. All is not lost.
If I may say so, it's rather foolish to keep jewellery in a box like that.
Oh, the contents of this are far more precious than jewels.
More precious than jewels? What's in there?
3 irreplaceable items, quite beyond price. A signed photograph of Al Burley, my lucky bingo pencil, and most important of all,
What's that?
Grandpapa's recipe for elderflower wine.
Terry, don't you think you're taking this neighbourhood watch scheme a bit too far?
As a matter of fact, my surveillance could very shortly lead to an arrest.
Yes, yours for being a peeping Tom.
Come and train these binoculars on the house opposite, eh? For the last couple of nights, as soon as the owner of 74 drives off, there's this bloke with a beard scuttles up the drive of 72, over the hedge, into the back garden, and disappears round the back of the house.
This bloke with the beard, is he youngish, tallish, quite dishy-ish?
Yeah. You mean you've seen him too?
Matter of fact, yes.
When?
Now.
What?
He just jumped over the fence like you said.
Well, I think his luck is running out.
Why?
The owner of 74 has just pulled up in front of the house. Get in touch with the police, and I'll alert him of the intruder's presence.
Yeah, but that policeman said you shouldn't tackle intruders on your own.
As soon as he hears us coming, he'll probably run off. But to be on the safe side, we'll approach the back of the garden in a pincer movement.
Suppose he doesn't run off.
Then we'll pinch him. Excuse me.
Yes?
It's just that you're not usually back at this time, are you?
I returned for some important papers, but what's that to you?
Well, between the two of us, I think we ought to go around the back.
Right at the back.
Yes, I've been keeping a close watch on this house with these binoculars.
You filthy hound.
No, nothing like that. No, you see, it's part of the neighbourhood watch scheme, and I think you have an intruder.
What?
Yes, every night just after you've gone, there's this bloke climbs over the hedge and disappears round the back of the house.
Describe this bloke.
Well, he's got a beard.
Youngish, tallish.
Dishy-ish, yes. Have you had trouble with him before then?
Lionel! Lionel!
Oh, you know his name then? That'll come in handy when we notify the police.
Where are you?
Yeah, I think he's probably still round the back trying to find the easiest way in. I've got this leaflet from the police station. Perhaps you care to look at it. It gives you all the information you need about home security. My theory is he's casing the joint to see what's worth stealing. You know, furs, jewellery, baggage, video recorders, wine, vintage or domestic. And, just a minute.
Come back here, you slave bird!
He's in the house all the time.
If I ever catch you near my wife again, I'll smash your face in!
I'm sorry, Harry.
I haven't finished with you yet. Go back upstairs, you trollop. Upstairs.
I'll let myself out then, shall I? Would you like me to leave the leaflet? Some other time then, perhaps? June, cancel that call to the police. It wasn't what I thought.
Terry, this is Superintendent Carter from Purley Central.
Ah, crikey, that was quick. But I'm afraid it was a false alarm.
False alarm?
No.
Yes, it was very embarrassing. I went and told the owner of 74, and he said he knew him. So he went upstairs, and sure enough, down he came, shoving his shirt in.
Shoving it in where, sir?
Well, into his trousers.
Whose trousers?
The ferret's.
Ferret?
Yeah. Well, that's what the owner of 74 called him.
Called who?
The other chap.
The one shoving the ferret down his trousers?
No. He was shoving his shirt down his trousers.
To annoy the ferret?
No, the ferret's the chap, the one who was having the affair.
What affair?
With the wife of the other chap, the owner of 74. The one who was wearing the see-through nightie.
The owner was wearing a see-through nightie?
Now, can we start all this again, please?
I shouldn't bother, Terry. Superintendent Carter's here on another matter entirely. I didn't even get through to the police.
Ah, well, no wonder you were confused.
I'm not the one who's confused, sir.
He's here about the neighbourhood watch scheme.
I saw one of these stickers in your window and wondered if you would be interested in becoming the area coordinator.
Oh, I should be very proud to. I'm always happy to help the police.
I'm glad to hear it, sir. We need someone reliable and trustworthy to go from door to door taking the names and addresses of householders interested in attending a lecture given by myself on all home security matters.
I'm sure lots of our neighbours would be interested.
I'll get the names and addresses from you, and when we have an idea of numbers, we'll hire a hall for a meeting.
Church hall might be available. I'll arrange it with the vicar.
That sounds perfect.
And you'd like to authorise me to visit every house in the street?
If you think you can manage it, sir.
Oh, I'm sure Terry can manage that.
Yeah, with one small proviso.
What's that, sir?
Do you mind if I give number 74 a miss?
Oh, thank you, Claire, my dear. Just put it on the table, will you?
Excuse me, Vicar.
This meeting was supposed to start at 7:30 sharp. It is now 5 minutes to 8.
Not by my watch, Mr. Duffy. I make it 7:48.
I didn't ask you for the time check. I just want to know what's happened to the Medfords and the police officer.
Sorry we're late, everyone. Terry's just parking the car.
The police are with him, presumably.
We waited over half an hour, and then Superintendent Carter phoned. He wants Terry to start the meeting, and he'll follow as soon as he can.
Does your husband know anything about crime prevention?
Believe me, Mr. Duffy, Terry is taking his role as neighbourhood watch coordinator very seriously indeed.
As you were. Has my second in command made my apologies?
Who's that?
You.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. Good. First of all, thank you for coming. As you know, crime rates are rising, but by taking a few precautions, we can, as they say, do it to them before they do it to us.
Question.
What?
Yes, Miss Dunwoody?
Do what?
Sorry?
And who are we talking about?
I'm not quite sure I'd follow.
Well, what are who going to do to us? And what have we got to do to whom before they do it?
Figure of speech, Miss Dunwoody.
Yes, June, dear. But if no one tells me what I'm supposed to do to them, they'll have done it to me before I get round to it.
Can we please get on with it?
I think the implication is that we've got to take action against criminals before criminals take action against us.
Thank you, Austin. That is exactly right. Well, sit down. Right. So until the superintendent gets here, June is going to read from the crime prevention leaflet on the subject of vandalism. June, proceed.
Thank you. Vandalism. We must always remember vandals are someone's children.
Not mine, thank God.
Ask yourselves, do you know where your children are now?
Oh, question.
What is it now, Miss Dunwoody?
Well, what if you don't have any?
Then you don't have to ask yourself anything, do you? June, proceed.
I don't know where my children are.
Ask yourself, who are they with and what are they doing?
I don't give tuppence what they're doing. They never ask me what I'm doing. I never get as much as a Christmas card from them.
No, I think they mean younger children, Mr. Morgan.
Well, they are younger. Younger than me, any road.
Well, of course they're younger than you, Mr. Morgan. They are your children.
They're no children of mine. They never even showed up when the old woman snuffed it.
Look, I'm not going to sit here listening to this old fool's rambling.
Who are you calling an old fool?
You silly old fool! What are you talking about?
Order! Thank you. And I hope that's the end of that.
The end?
Yes.
Oh, well, it was a short meeting, but most informative.
No, sit down again, Miss Dunwoody. We've hardly started yet. June, phone Police Central, find out what time the police are going to show up.
Right.
In the meantime, would anybody like to ask any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, I thought you would.
Shall we be having tea in the interval?
Yes, Miss Dunwoody. Clara's just going to put the urn on now.
Oh, and will there be biscuits?
Oh, yes, I'm sure we can find you the odd biscuit.
Good. Any other questions?
Yes.
Mr. Morgan?
What kind of biscuits?
Some rich tea, I think, and a few digestive.
Oh, I don't go for the digestive. It gets under me plate.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think it's a waste of valuable time to discuss what kind of biscuits Austin's going to give us when my expertise is at your disposal. No. Has anybody got any serious questions? Yes?
When it comes to fitting burglar alarms, would you recommend magnetic contacts, vibrations and metallic foil detectors, sonic detectors, or volumetric detectors? I rather favour the volumetric detector myself. But how reliable is any system based on passive infrared equipment recognising a change in the ambient level of infrared energy in a room? I'd value your comments on that.
Any Garibaldis, Vicar?
I'm suddenly very confused.
You're not the only one.
Did you get through to the Purley police station?
Yes, that's what's so confusing.
Well, what is?
They've never heard of Superintendent Carter.
We spoke to him yesterday when he collected the names and addresses.
According to the police, he's totally bogus.
You mean a practical joker?
I don't know.
What other reason would anyone have for getting our names and addresses and then getting us out of the house?
hands off you.
What's happening? We'll give you and Mr. Morgan a lift home.
I don't understand. We think that someone is burgling our houses.
And we've been tricked by some very clever criminals.
If they can find anything worth stealing in my house, they must be clever.
This is costing me a great loss of face.
And it's costing you £75 for the hire of the hall.
Right, now, you check upstairs and I'll check down.
Oh, Terry, I'm almost afraid to look.
Oh, don't worry. Maybe just a wild goose chase.
Yes, and I know who the geese are.
Oh, go on. I don't believe it. Telly, hi-fi, video. Oh, my signed photograph of Anne Shelton. Everything's here. June, everything's all right. It's okay.
Yes, and everything seems all right upstairs, too.
Ah, well, it must have been a practical joker after all.
Oh, it's no joke, Mr. Medford. This time I really have been burgled.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. People who'd rob an old woman deserve no mercy. They've taken everything. Bring back the cat.
Crikey, they haven't stolen that as well, have they?
Mrs. Medford?
Yes?
Inspector Gammage at Purley Central.
Could I have a closer look at that one card, please, Superintendent?
Leaving a bit late to be cautious, aren't we, sir?
I've been burgled, Inspector.
You and 90% of the homes in this area, madam. I wonder if we can have a word with you and your wife, Mr. Medford.
Yes, would you like to come into the living room?
Come in and sit down, Miss Dunwoody.
They've taken everything, Inspector. All my precious things, including every last bottle of my elderflower wine.
We'll attend to that in a moment, madam. I think you know this constable, don't you?
Yes, I believe we do.
Constable Davenport. Will you recount where you last encountered Mr. and Mrs. Medford?
Next door at that lady's house, sir.
And how would you describe their manner?
Threatening, sir.
Well, that is total exaggeration.
You were hiding behind the door with a poker and a raised golf club. That's hardly the nicest of welcomes, is it?
But we thought he was the intruder.
Find any trace of an intruder, Constable?
No, sir. Only the two suspects.
Suspects?
I'll have you know we are law-abiding citizens.
5 nights ago, Constable, did we have a complaint against Mr. Medford's behaviour?
Yes, sir. Mr. Drayton of 74 opposite complained that Mr. Medford had been spying on him and his wife with a pair of binoculars.
That is not true either.
These binoculars, sir?
Yes. No.
Harry, I think we should get ourselves a good lawyer.
Innocent people don't need a good lawyer, Mrs. Medford. You are innocent, aren't you?
Well, of course we are.
To come back to tonight. So far, 90% of the homes of those who attended tonight's meeting have been burgled.
Yes, and we feel terrible about it.
As a matter of interest, could we have details of what you've had stolen this evening?
Stolen this evening?
Well, actually, Inspector...
Funnily enough, I mean, you'd hardly credit it, but they don't seem to have touched us at all.
Well, that is funny. Don't you find that funny, Constable?
Hilarious.
You've got a very nice home here. Got some very nice things, and yet they pass you by. Don't you find that curious?
Inspector, what are you suggesting?
You tell me, madam.
That's not fair, Inspector. June and Terry are two of the kindest people on this street.
Thank you, Miss Dunwoody.
And if the robbers haven't taken anything of theirs, well, the answer's obvious, isn't it?
Is it?
They're so grateful to Terry for organising everything. No false modesty, June. I know how much effort you and Teddy put into planning this whole operation.
Miss Dunwoody, please.
That's rather the way we see it too, madam. Would you like to get your coat, Mr. Medford? It'll be easier to talk down at the station.
Inspector, you surely can't suspect Terry of being involved?
It's already established that you're both involved. What needs to be decided is a question of guilt.
Oh, better go with him. The sooner this thing's settled, the better.
Very wise move, sir.
Shall I come with you?
That won't be necessary for the moment.
Well, I must do something.
Well, in the circumstances, I do have one small suggestion.
What's that?
At the earliest opportunity,
Yes?
get yourself a good lawyer.
I went down to the police station and tried to see him, but they won't let him go until they finish the interrogation.
You mustn't worry, June.
It'll only be a suspended sentence. It is his first offence.
What are you talking about, Malcolm? He hasn't done anything.
Well, no, of course.
I mean, everybody knows he's innocent.
Oh, yes. Except the police and Mr. Morgan.
And Austin.
You know, they stole all the church silver.
Even Miss Dunwoody's having second thoughts.
Terry, is that you? Terry?
June,
What is it?
can you ever learn to love a jailbird?
Oh, you're not a jailbird, darling. You never will be.
I've been in that police station all night.
Did they charge you?
No, it was all free.
June meant, have they charged you with the robbery?
Well, of course they didn't, but if they hadn't caught the blokes that did it, they might have done.
Do you mean they got them?
Yes, and every item of stolen property.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Our police really are wonderful.
Not if you spent all night with them, they're not.
How did they catch them?
Well, they caught themselves.
How?
Well, you could say their progress was arrested.
What?
They smashed into a police car.
Oh, are they all right?
Oh, well enough to tell the cops that we had nothing to do with the robberies.
I knew all along you were innocent.
It's poetic justice. They were drunk with success, so they drove carelessly.
Well, they were drunk, all right, with Miss Dunwoody's elderflower wine.